Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. As I promised, 1:45 in the afternoon, we are going to have things on Venezuela and Maduro getting captured. On top of that, Bryce Mitchell. What is up with these comments? What is up with these comments by Bryce Mitchell talking about how this is a conspiracy theory because Anthony Joshua says I liked, as a matter of fact, I love bad connection. How about now? Country, rural area right now. So let me just show you guys where I'm at. So a little bit of a country rural area. So let me know if you are able to hear me correctly or not, right? Because okay, a little better. Good. Okay. So the other stories, right? So obviously the top two stories we have going on. One I did a video on. The other I was going to do a video on. I figured, you know what? Why not just do a live stream about it? And if I get some click farming type of content out of it, then so be it, right? In regards to Bryce Mitchell. So Bryce Mitchell is the story in which he says that this is a conspiracy theory. Now, I got to tell you what I find really interesting about Bryce Mitchell, right? He means well, okay? He is what you would call a well-intentioned idiot. You understand? I don't mean this to be disparaging towards Bryce Mitchell, but Bryce Mitchell is not exactly the smartest guy out there. Now, he thinks that he's a smart guy because, let's be honest about this, right? Every fighter thinks they're a smart guy because they could fight. You understand that? Including myself. But in reality, I'm really a smart individual just on paper alone, right? All right. How about now? A little better? Let me know. Hold on. All right, there we go. We're back. Let me know right now. We're just gonna make sure that everything is going good. We know all the moderators. Let me know right now if everything is going good. If you can hear me, or if there's less buffering going on. But yeah, please let me know. Tap in. He says, yeah, I can hear you now. Okay. So all right, let's start from the very beginning about Bryce Mitchell. Okay, Bryce Mitchell is a well-intended idiot. Okay, he thinks that he is a smart fella, but in reality, Bryce Mitchell is just a guy that can defend his position. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're a smart fella. You understand? Now, a lot of fighters are not smart people. They think they are. They think that they come up with these grand conspiracies. They think that they come up with these ideas nobody's ever thought of. And somehow they think that, oh, you know what? Maybe this guy is onto something. The majority of fighters are idiots. And the reason being is because they get hit in the head. And I can tell you a thing or two about that, right? Although I'm not an idiot. But the reason for that is because I haven't fought that long. If you really think about it, I had probably less than 10 amateur Muay Thai fights, one MMA fight, and then, obviously the rest of that was just me training all these years, and that was it. So I never really fought for a long time for me to have my brain, damaged in a way that, let's say, Bryce Mitchell, maybe even Nam Pham. You guys remember Nam Pham, right? The Vietnamese American fighter. I've trained with this guy out here in Sacramento and down in LA. And guess what, man? The guy is absolutely punch drunk. He is a shell of himself. He is no longer the same type of guy that I once knew. And he's very incoherent in the way that he sort of conveys his language expressions. It's just not all up there. Well, Bryce Mitchell is going to be going on that path. Okay, so he comes up with these ideas that the reason why Anthony Joshua got into that car crash is because of him beating up Jake Paul. And I'm thinking, what kind of grand conspiracy do you have in your brain to say that this was all scripted? Once again, believing the internet. This is Bryce Mitchell in a nutshell. He loves to believe in the internet. He doesn't like to believe in facts. He doesn't like to believe in peer-reviewed studies. He doesn't like to look into the nuances of things, because that is the reality of Bryce Mitchell in a nutshell. Okay? And the thing is that a lot of you guys encourage Bryce Mitchell to come up with these crazy takes. For the same reason why a lot of you encourage Candace Owens to come up with some crazy takes that really have no evidential bearing behind it. He says, fun time, Foxy. I don't understand what you mean by that. Aaron Gang says, eat. Okay, I don't know what you mean. Homie, get off the live and go home. How about no? How about you? How about you go to the shadow realm? Here we go. Boom. Like that. You're into the shadow realm. This is so AI. I don't understand exactly what you mean by AI. I think you're saying that this is AI because I'm speaking so coherent that you've never seen anybody speak with the type of confidence, the type of delivery, and the type of flow that I have. And you automatically just assume this is AI because the majority of the people that you watch on stream are idiots. A show has requested of me. I don't understand what you mean by that. I mean, if honestly, that some of these comments sound straight up AI. But on any regard, he says you need sleep. Okay, sure. But guess what? I'm not going to sleep. You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to go train while I'm not even going to address. Listen, you know what, Marty? Are you online? Let me know if you're online, man. I'm not dealing with these trolls today. Anybody that says anything stupid, you're getting out of here, okay? You're getting out of here. I'm about to have a training session at the same time, having some serious talks with you guys. Okay, so that's Bryce Mitchell. My take on Bryce Mitchell. Take number 2, Khabib versus the UFC. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I love Khabib, but I don't the MMA business. And once again, another fighter that thinks they know everything because they can beat people up or because he's a fellow Muslim brother of mine. I'm just going to be real about this. Khabib does not understand the MMA industry. He understands MMA. Okay? MMA Guru understands the MMA industry more than Khabib does. And I love Khabib, and I happen to hate MMA Guru, but that shows you the level of emotional intelligence that I have to say these things. You see, let me tell you something, man. One of the biggest problems that I get in the Muslim community is objectivity, right? Not all, but a whole lot. There's a lot of brothers at the mosque, a whole lot of brothers, from around the world that are very much just low emotional intelligence driven. Let's be honest about that, right? He says, Mr. Beast has joined the stream. Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome. Okay, so I don't see him, but okay, that's good to hear from you. Aaron says you're driving. Yeah, so what? How do you know that I'm driving? First of all, you snitch ass, Aaron, whatever your name is. How do you know that I'm driving? You know what I mean? So please shut up. Shut up and enjoy the show and enjoy the ride first and foremost. So let's start with that. Okay, so let's check this out, right? Khabib thinks that the best should be fighting the best, and I get that. But the UFC is not the Olympics. And the reason why Khabib thinks like the way he does is because he understood combat sports from the realm of the Olympics. He grew up around judoka, Dagestani grapplers. He grew up around Dagestanis that were world champion wrestlers with the likes of Sajulayev. Okay, you guys know Sajulayev, the heavyweight wrestling champion of the world, basically the Usyk of the wrestling world, right? The heavyweight Usyk of the wrestling world. So there's a competitive architecture. If Kyle Snyder was going to make it to the finals of the Olympics, then so be it. That's how it goes. It's the best versus the best. That is why you see Kyle Snyder versus Sajulayev always in the championship realms of the Olympics or world champion level wrestling outside of the Olympics, right? So as a result of that, this is Khabib's view of the world. He views the world as this fair competitive architecture. The problem is that this does not apply in the UFC. It doesn't apply in the UFC, so he's very upset, and I get it. But at the same time, he also has to understand that this is a business. Do I like the fact that the majority of you degenerate MMA fans love guys that smoke, drink, and do all types of weird stuff that is completely antiquatedly opposite to what we believe in Islam? Of course. I can't stand that, right? But as an MMA community and me as part of the MMA community, I have to understand that this is a type of stupidity that I have to deal with everybody. Me being part of the MMA community means that I have to deal with the stupidity that the likes of you and Nina Drama bring to the table. The likes of MMA Guru brings to the table. Yes, there are people that like MMA Guru, and there are people that hate MMA Guru. There are people that love Nina Drama, and there are people that hate Nina Drama. I hate all of them. I think they're all idiots. But that's not incumbent upon me to decide whether these people should be in the industry or not. It is you, the MMA fans, that decide that, and quite frankly, a little bit of a reflective on society on why you choose these types of people. Nonetheless, that is the reality of the fight game, and I think Khabib really needs to understand that. Okay. So, car thoughts. I don't understand what you mean by that. But okay, all right. So let's go back to Venezuela, right? This situation in Venezuela could go two ways. Number one, Trump, Pete Hegseth, and all these other guys that are in the Trump administration right now could potentially face criminal charges in terms of breaking international laws. Now, on the other side of that, you also got to understand that Venezuela has been a thorn on the side of the United States for a long time. They are quintessentially the most anti-imperialist force in the world right now. That right next to, well, I don't know if you would add China into that mix. China in and of itself is also imperialistic in their own right. He says, have you ever eaten any bugs? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. At least not on purpose, right? In other words, meaning that, let's say if you were out in the jungle somewhere, or if you were in a place with a rural area or something, you could easily open your mouth and out of nowhere, a fly, you could easily swallow a fly or an ant or something like that. But yes, maybe something to that extent, but no, not on purpose, right? Not to the extent where I would go out of my way to actually go and eat a bug or make a conscious decision to do so. So yeah. Okay. So check this out, right? You got to understand that there's a lot going on with Venezuela, right? There's two sides to this story. Yes, there is the fact that Venezuela is the anti-imperialistic force in the world, right? In fact, they are pro-Palestinian, which, by the way, kind of falls into the reason why probably they got into the situation that they got into. That could be a potential reality. But the other side of this also is understanding that, hey, you know what? Maybe perhaps respectfully, brother A, I don't understand what you mean, Ali Khan. Shout out to you, Ali Khan. I don't know what you mean by that when you say respectfully. He says respectfully. Greetings from the Purple Mafia. All right, man. Shout out to the Purple Mafia. I'm not sure if you are referring to yourself as a Grape Street Crip member or a Purple Mafia that has something to do with weed or something like that, right? Or being some kind of smoker of some kind. He says, I support you, but this is bullshit. What do you mean? What is BS, Ali Khan? Because look, there's two sides to every story, right? Obviously, Venezuela is very much anti-imperialist. He says, a made up mafia or stuffed animals and myself. Okay. So shout out to you on that, my man. Let me know what part of the world you are from. So look, guys, there's two sides to this story with Venezuela. There really is, right? There's the anti-imperialistic side of Venezuela, which the U.S. hates, right? They're pro-Palestinian. They work with the Iranians. So it doesn't get any more anti-imperialistic than that. So maybe there is a motivation behind that. Also, Maduro released a lot of the gang members from his country, and they ended up moving to Colorado. They ended up moving to the Midwest, and next thing you know, Trende Aragua started taking over apartment complexes across the United States. He says, and my subs are part of the Purple Mafia. Okay, all right, man. So shout out to your channel on that one, Purple Mafia. Hope you do like and subscribe to my channel as well, because I do talk MMA, I do talk politics, but I also do live training sessions, which is what I'm about to do right now. So hopefully you guys are here for that one. And you know what? Guess what? We're going to talk more about all of these things right after my training session. I just sort of used these stories that I wanted to convey with you guys to, you know, kind of lure you into this, live training session that I do. So I hope you guys do enjoy it. And hold on just a second while I get my things up out of here. So, all right, man. Let's see here. He says, "Don't crash." Aaron, I'm already in my destination. So you don't got to worry about me crashing. Okay, I'm already in my destination. So yeah, guys, listen, there's two sides to this story, right? There's not a definitive one size fits all answer with this one. Okay, let me finish my nice hot tea. Drinking a little bit of some hot tea beforehand. Video gamer says blah 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 blah. He says like to get drunk. No, I don't like to get drunk. Video gamer says blah blah blah. Okay, great for you. Yeah, you're the one that's watching me in this channel go blah blah blah. You idiot. Like imagine that. Imagine how dumb you'd have to be to get on this channel right now and then just say a whole bunch of dumb shit just so you can feel better about yourself. Like, no, really. Do you feel better about yourself? You know, now that you did that, like, like honestly answer that. Like, do you feel better about yourself? Like, man, we got some low grade imbeciles here. He says, go back to Syria. I'm not from Syria, you idiot. I love how you got idiots here that's talking about like, yeah, go back to, country A or country B, like this, that, and the other. I'm like, man, listen, y'all are some weirdos and shit, man. Straight up, man. He says, I just got here. Cool chat. Yup. Yup. Hit like and subscribe on that one. Yeah, I'm filming a YouTube live stream if you're wondering. This fool over here looking at me like, like I'm a fucking weirdo or something. Check this out, downtown, fuckers. He says, you had to start that workout. Yep.
That was August when I got it. That's the last time I seen it. 270. I weighed in last night at 254. That's not good. That's stress, bro.
Okay, so video gamer, why exactly would I do that? Hey, listen, I'm gonna give you full warning right now. Marty, if you're in the chat right now, send this dude to the shadow realm. If he if he continues to act up and he says something disruptive or something out of line, get him up out of here. You know what I mean? We're not playing none of that today. Says shiver me timbers. All right, listen, here's what it is. There you go. You're out of here for 600 seconds. There it is. Hi, can I use that? Yeah, thank you, brother. Okay. Just setting up the whole entire apparatus right now. All right. Are you using this? No. Hey, what up, cuz? Can I use that? I'd see. I'm gonna jump on it.
We gotta sit on something. All right, if you could,
I'll bring you some. Yeah, for sure. I got. Yup. Listen, you know how it is. I'm half black, so I jump high. So
oh yeah, you got
so I
got
need the higher ones. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Yup. Kyrie. My name's Kyrie, y'all.
Kyrie, I'm
Kyrie.
Melvin. Yep, Sonic.
What? Mel.
Yep, Sonic.
Sonic?
Yep.
Like the hedgehog?
Yep, like the head.
All right, for sure. All right, Sonic. About to do some Sonic shit right now, yeah? He says, I don't want to get kicked, so I'm going to leave. Yeah, you better leave, bitch. Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
I can tell on that.
Thank you. Try some of those. That's right. Real Captain America shit. Fuck you. Hey, fuck you, Kenny Powers. Fuck you on the chat, nigga. Fuck you.
Now, if you're feeling it a little bit, but not a lot,
Try to readjust it. Yeah, well, this is a good stretch. So this is good. And then once you're done with that area point, now go bring that leg back. Now rotate the other way. Press your knee down and then your hips up. And then rotate it to the other side. Try that. And once you felt that big stretch, try to challenge yourself to try to come up a tiny bit more efficient. The closer you are, the more of a stretch you'll feel. But again, you build up to and then rotate this way at the end. Yep. Good. All right, nice. You feel warmed up now? Tap it. Now, the final thing is the dynamic. So, what I'm going to have you do is plant your hips, your hands together. And what I want you to do is not a, it's a line, but we're going to come back. There's a proper term for it. I can't think of it. So I'll hand it down. We're going to come back. I think it's called stacking or something like that. So what I don't want you to do is do this. Right? We're just going to start at one spot and we're going to end. Yeah, exactly. So one, two, 10. 10 on each side. If you can, try to challenge yourself by touching.
Yeah. Uh, I'll tell you what I do. before these workouts, right? So hold on, let me make sure I got this on the right side. Okay. If you don't have the headphones on the right side, it'll get confused. Okay. So I take an ice bath prior to this, right? That's what I do. I take an ice bath or a cold plunge or a cold shower or cryotherapy. Usually, most people, right, or at least in the past, they would do it after, right? Whereas, the new school of thought is doing it right before you get into a training session, especially a hard training session. That's what you do. You use it beforehand. I don't know why everybody thought in the past that you should be doing it after, but hey, you know what? After a while, people catch on to modern sports science and all that. You know what I mean? So, you know, yeah, I would recommend just right beforehand. You know what I mean? That's the best way. God, listen, I love showing off. I'm not gonna lie. I love showing off. I love being in here showing everybody I'm the top athlete in here, and that's that, bro. You know what I mean? That's that. So, yeah, yeah. If you want the soreness to go away before you work out, yeah, try doing that. Try doing Try and you know what? The most you need is just 30 minutes. I'm sorry, not 30 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes of cold plunging, and that's it. That's all you really need. It's 3 minutes of cold plunging. All right. Be right back for the bonus stream. Uh, yeah. Be right back. But now you guys understand. Now you guys understand why I talk my shit. Sean. Gang colors, bitch. Damn, man. I forgot to drink water. Huh. He said it's funny that it looks like he sped it up 1 point. Nope, I didn't speed up anything. That's real live, camera that you're seeing right now. Says Drizzy is he's shadow fighting. Shadow fighting, please. Says I don't know what you're talking about, Drizzy. These exercises directly correlate to fighting. Yeah, they do. Drizzy says, jokes, bro. Happy New Year's. Yeah, man. Happy New Year's. Well, I don't really, but yeah, you know. D-Man says the Don basically accused the man of being a narco boss. Okay, so that's in reference to Madero. Says just wait until he starts shadow boxing, throwing kicks. Funny to see how people give the funny looks people give him. Man, because people are dumb, bro. You know what I mean? Like, the majority of dudes, are straight up normies. They don't know shit. So that's why they see something like that and they, automatically, say the stupidest shit. So, what do you think? All right, I'm gonna have to cut this live stream because there's too many people in here, and I don't think they're gonna appreciate being filmed. So he says, UFC cards this year is trash. Well, look, I tell you what, right? That's indicative of the fact that they were given 7.7 billion by Paramount, right? So sometimes it kind of takes out the what do you call it? The initiatives to put on better shows. Ali Khan says they fell into the WWE model. They went away from. Sorry, but we're all trying to like. I'm having a conversation over here. I ain't talking to you. You're not talking to me, but you're disturbing. Yeah, but I ain't talking to you. Ain't nobody said you can't talk up in here. Sir, no, I'm not disrespecting you. You're being loud. Yeah, but you. All relaxed. All right, I'll keep it down. All right, how about that? Let's do that. All right, you cool? You cool? I know I am. For publicly social media fights. Well, not totally, but yeah, man, real seriously. You know what I mean? Like, send me some ones if you want me to crash out right now. Like, I so Some rude motherfuckers in here. Cortex shout outs. One, nah, you really want me to cry. One, look at this. One, one, one. All right, what's up, Texas? Go Samurai, shout out to you, man. One, damn, stop throwing ones. Y'all about to get somebody embarrassed up in here. Y'all don't want to do that. He says, oh, can you crash out? No, man. What are you talking about? Nah, nah. Yes. Are you warming up for a fight? No. So let me explain what this is, right? So after you do, an intense training session, like I just did up there on the floor, box jumps, weight, heavy weights, all of that, one arm snatches, all those explosive functional pattern training, your heart rate is all the way up here, right? So as soon as your heart rate is all the way up here, you got to keep that up. And, doing that in the sauna, kind of helps that, gives it a little bit of a shock heat protein behind it. So, hopefully that explains it. All right, y'all.